working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster.
Late. Who knows when they will arrive with this storm brewing? Oh, the best laid plans of mice and men. Good heavens, Igor, must you continually sneak up on me while I'm thinking? It's terribly upsetting. I told you to wait downstairs until I called for you.
I am sorry, Dr. Frankenstein, but I must speak with you. The monster is getting very restless. I cannot control him much longer. Last time he was like this, he broke his chains and tore the door off its hinges.
I'm doing the best I can. Oh, the burden of a reputation. Oh, grandfather, why did I ever find your laboratory notes and embark on this hideous career? Igor, look at this face. Not so close. Once I was young and happy. Now I am lined with worry wrinkles.
Oh, your grandfather, Frankenstein, was a great man. Many is the time my grandfather described their work together. Out at night, digging up graves and cutting criminals down from scaffolding, cutting and sewing and cutting, as out at night in the muck and the mire, looking for just the right part. Yuck! I am so glad I was not there.
Yes, I know all the stories too. My grandfather created a monster out of men, an indestructible creature. There was only one problem, unfortunately, the monster's brain, thanks to your grandfather.
But Grandfather Igor cannot be blamed. He could not read. How was he supposed to know that the brain he stole from the university laboratory was the brain of a nincompoop?
You should have recognized the comrade.
What a beautiful night. It was on just such a night that the creature was born. The lightning was its mother. It gave him the strength of 100 men. Oh, how proud our grandfathers were.
Enough reminiscing. We have plenty of problems of our own trying to correct the mistakes of the past. Igor, the brain transfer machine is ready. We no longer have to operate to change the monster's brain using the 4-byte crystal. The machine spins the brain into a billion particles, sends them through space, and arranges them in a new cranium.
Oh, that is wonderful, Master. But when do we start?
Just as soon as we find the right brain.
I know where there's a wonderful brain.
You do? Where?
In here.
No.
But it is a perfectly good brain. It has never been used.
Igor, there are brains, and then there are brains. I won't discuss it anymore.
Yes, Master.
Now, hopefully, the right brain will arrive this evening, and with all of the electricity in this storm, we shall have added energy for a perfect transfer. I have advertised the castle as a hotel, with all of the travel agencies from Berlin to Los Angeles. I had hoped to have a large supply of brains, but so far only one group has made reservations. They should be arriving shortly. With everything in readiness, I must use one of these brains tonight. Oh, I suppose I could change it later if I needed to. Oh, Igor, I almost forgot. You must not call me Dr. Frankenstein anymore. I am Baron Henry von Frankenmeyer. Do you understand? Frankenmeyer.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, Baron. But begging your pardon, we have no servants here. How are we supposed to run a hotel without maids, bellhops, or cooks?
Simple. You'll do it.
Me? But I do everything here. I fetch and carry. I cook the meals. I clean the machine. I have to watch that monster day and night. And now you want me to run room service and carry tourist baggage? No! This is too much. I quit!
Wait. You don't understand. If one of our guests is selected for the honor of the brain transfer, you will be in perfect position to plant the crystal on him. You know I have not yet learned to focus the rays of the machine. I have placed one crystal on the creature, and this one must be planted on the body of the subject whose brain is to be transferred. I cannot succeed if you do not help me. Do not desert me in my hour of need. I shall be lost without you.
Oh, there, master. I will not desert you. How can you say such a thing about a kind, loyal, hardworking, and lovable Igor?
Oh, very well. Get the rooms ready. Our guests should be arriving shortly. A family of American tourists. Quickly, Igor, mix another sedative. We must not have him frightening our guests. Oh, use the good whiskey tonight.
Yes, master.
Suppose we should be grateful he hid in the brewery the last time he escaped. He is so much easier to sedate now. Make the chain secure. The energy transfer may be more violent than I have calculated. Yes, I don't want him roaming the countryside, mauling the villagers. Grandfather! Grandfather! Do you hear your creature moaning for relief? I, Baron Henry von Frankenstein III, shall correct your mistakes. I shall perfect your creation and end the failures of the past. I shall remove the curse of the Frankensteins.
It is ready, master.
Good. Make no delay. Get him quiet as soon as you can. Make the chain secure.
Yes.
Gaining in strength every day. And then, make the rooms ready with a nice warm fire.
Yes, master.
Now, this storm will hold until they arrive.
Henry, darling! Oh, you look surprised to see me.
Natasha Nobritsky.
Ah, so you have not forgotten me. It is so nice to see you again. The Carpathian Mountains are so lonely and quiet, like a mausoleum. Oh! Don't be silly, darling! Put that away! I am taking treatments now from the Van Helsing Health Clinic. I drink nothing but cranberry juice. But I must admit, I have not given up my desire for adventure, excitement, and romance. But what is this? Make reservations for 5, stop. Julius T. Woodknocker and family, stop. Arriving October 15th, stop. See the Morris Travel Agency or Mutual
run out of the monster business. I've decided to turn the castle into a vacation paradise.
Oh, wonderful! All this old place needs is some new blood. Oh, it's just an expression, darling.
What are you doing here anyway? I made it clear the last time I saw you I wanted nothing to do with you or your husband. By the way, where is the Count?
I am leaving God. Again. I am tired of his flying around night after some new young thing. He has made the fool of me for the last time.
Perhaps if you settled down, he would too. Your leaving him is ridiculous. You know that. You two were made for each other. Not by me. You always go back to him in the end. So why leave him in the first place?
It is not ridiculous. I am tired of sitting at home, waiting for him to drop me some morsel of attention. I am not going to be the bat in his belfry any longer. Oh, my trunk will be arriving shortly. It's a new one that I got in Egypt last summer. Oh, it is simply beautiful.
But my guests!
Angry. Darling, I do not like to be pushy, but I do not like to be refused anything. You escaped me once before, and I forgave you. But if you do not give me a room, I will fly around and frighten your guests out of your hotel, and then there will just be me and you left.
That's blackmail!
Of course! Oh, do you still have that bumbling idiot with you?
Yes, he has good reason to remember you, too.
Oh, it was really quite harmless, Henry. I was merely trying to torment Vlad with jealousy. You escaped with your trickery, and Igor was available.
Igor? How could Vlad possibly suspect Igor?
I was desperate. I had to take what I could get. And Vlad is so jealous that he believes whatever he thinks he sees. But I assure you, if you do not let me stay, you and Igor will suffer more than any man have ever suffered.
All right, but don't mingle with the guests.
I promise to think about it.
Master! Master!
Hello, my little pet. My, how you have not changed.
What is she doing here?
No, she just flew in for a little visit. Nothing to worry about.
Because of you, I was beaten. The dogs were set upon me, and I was chased over half of Transylvania. I shall revenge.
Back, you fool! I warn you, Henry. You keep him under control, or next time I will not restrain myself. Come, Beast, show me to my room. And when my trunk arrives, bring it up.
Beast, oh, Beast, run.
Welcome to Hotel Frankenmeyer. I trust your stay will be most enjoyable. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Baron Henry von Frankenmeyer, your host.
Julius T. Woodknocker here. And this is Mrs. Woodknocker and, of course, the little Woodknockers. Here, pick a card, any card. Not that card. 51 more. Say, swell place you got here. What do you call this? Early gargoyle? And when do we eat? I'll have 2 fried eggs, 2 scrambled eggs, 2 poached eggs, and 2 medium boiled eggs. And roast beef. Rare, medium, well done, and overdone. Say, is your refrigerator still running?
I suppose so.
Well, you better catch it before it gets away. Now, I need to make one thing perfectly clear. I am here for rest and relaxation. I'm suffering from a terrible case of nerves and insomnia. I lay awake all night just waiting to fall asleep. I must have quiet. Quiet!
Daddy got terribly shaken up in Paris. He got caught in the elevator on the Eiffel Tower. He had to go up and down 3 times before they let him off.
I haven't been that sick since somebody slipped X-Lax into my snickerdoodles.
That's very amusing, Mr. Woodknocker.
Not nearly as amusing as he thought it was.
Ah, yes, my bitter half. Ruth here has all the modesty, poise, and ill humor in the family.
Don't push me too far, Julius. This is not the time to talk about our family histories. Remember, your nerves?
My wife doesn't think I'm funny. Hey, Miriam!
Hey, Daddy.
How much would you want to walk into an open manhole?
Just a cover charge.
Well, drop in sometime.
Sure.
Put down! Well, I think we cleaned that up pretty well.
I don't understand.
Neither do I. And don't let it happen again!
Julius, can't we just have one vacation? One evening without your antics? I swear you do this just to embarrass me. Mr. Frankenmeyer.
Oh, Henry.
Let's not get too familiar here.
Henry. My husband's been in vaudeville since he was young. Very young. Now he has a hard time telling what's reality and what's a play.
To me, reality is a play, and a play is reality. Or vice versa. There's a wisecrack in there somewhere, but I don't think so. One for all and all for me, and me for you, and tea for 2, and 6 for $1.
I must say, you do look familiar.
Oh, my husband's not. Who do you think he is?
That's a lie. I'm exactly who you think I am. I am an imposter. No, wait, an impersonator.
He is a continual source of embarrassment to his family. But that doesn't stop him. Nothing stops him. He'll insult anyone. And now he said he's suffering from nerves and insomnia, so the doctor sent him on this trip to recover. In reality, he's been driving me to a nervous breakdown for 20 years.
That's no drive. That's a short putt.
I'll just apologize now for anything he does later.
Hello, this is room service. What's that? Ice water in 318? You don't say. Well, where'd you get it? Oh, you want some? Well, that's different. Have you got any ice? No, we don't have any. This is Coconut Beach, Florida. No snow, no ice. Tell you what, though. Why don't you slice up a few onions? That'll make your ice water.
That's very nice. Now, there seem to be only 4.
Say, that's pretty good. Why, I'll bet with a little practice, you could learn to count to 10.
Julius, we've had enough comedy for one evening.
I mean, the travel agency wired. There would be 5 of you.
Oh, yes. That would be our 5th wheel, Mrs. McGonagall, our housekeeper. She's out in the car. Refuses to come in. Why, she says this place reminds her of something out of a monster picture. Oh, I can't say why. Oh, Mrs. McGonagall. She may look like an idiot. She may even act like an idiot. But don't let that fool you. She is an idiot. Ruth, why don't you go out and see if you can get her to come...
It was horrible! It was horrible! I'm sitting in the car, and this horrible thing peeked in the side window. It's the most grotesque I frightened it away.
It must have gotten a look at her.
My screaming frightened it away.
I rest on my case. This is Mrs. McGonagall, our housekeeper and traveling companion. Any resemblance between her and an actual human being are purely coincidental.
Julius, I'm warning you. And now, Mrs. McGonagall, you just need to calm down. Whatever it was didn't hurt you. You've just worked yourself up into an anxious state of mind. What with the drive up the mountainside and the coming storm and the appearance of this hotel, you just need some rest.
Oh, I couldn't stay the night in this place. I'd be too frightened to close my eyes. Who knows what could be lurking in the corners, under the bed?
I could say something, but I won't.
I'm sure you'll feel much differently once you've refreshed yourselves.
Yes, I'm sure we will. Now then, Mr. Frankenheimer.
That's Frankenmeyer.
Yes, Franken beans. Who cares? How much are the rooms here?
How much?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought of that. Would $20 be too much?
$20? To stay in a run-down dump like this? Why, that's outrageous! Pick up your bags, everyone. We're leaving. Let's go.
Julius, it's too late to find another place to stay. We have reservations here, and we're staying. Now, if you want to get up in the morning and leave, that's fine. But tonight, I'm not budging.
No, you can't go. The roads are very dangerous at night, especially with the storm coming. We can make an arrangement tomorrow, which I am sure will be agreeable to all of us.
This isn't the first time this has happened. Most people expect to spend money when they go on vacation, but not him. In Paris, he stormed out of our reserved hotel and made us drag our luggage all around town for 5 hours looking for a cheaper place to stay. Just ended up right back at the first hotel.
It was the principle of the thing.
Well, I sold out. I'm tired. Marion's tired. Junior's run off somewhere.
Oh.
Tonight, we're not going anywhere. Now, if you want to sit on your luggage all night long in the lobby, that's your affair.
Oh, all right. We'll stay. But I want it quiet.
Thank you, Julius. Now, where's Junior? Oh, Junior. Junior? Junior?
Here I am, Mom. Hey, Pop, this place is swell. It'd be a peachy place for a murder.
Oh, Junior!
Well, it would.
I will have you shown to your rooms. And then I will prepare some food and have it brought up to your rooms. You must be famished after your long journey.
You come out of there, or Mrs. McGonagall will break every bone in your body.
Don't do it, Mom!
Stop! Stop! This harmless creature is the bellboy. Come out, Gordon. Come out. He's as harmless as a puppy dog. Now, Igor, take the baggage and show our guests to their rooms.
What's that?
Mice.
Mice!
That sounded too big to be mouse.
Yes, well, the sounds echo through the lower halls, but there's nothing to be worried about. They always stay below in the old dungeons.
Dungeons? Oh boy, can I see them, Pop?
No!
They're all locked and sealed shut. No one has been in them for years.
Sir, mister, does this place have a secret passageway leading through the room?
I don't think so.
Not now, Junior. We can explore later.
Gotcha, Pop.
Igor will show you to your rooms.
Now, you be careful with that bag. It's got all my costumes in it. Why, without my costumes, I'd have to play Lady Godiva. And believe me, I don't have the equipment.
Walk this way.
He said it, Ruth. I didn't.
Don't even think about it.
Not a suitable brain among them. But I suppose I must make do. There is no time to get another. The energy of the machine will be ready at 11 o'clock. I will give the crystal to Igor. We will plant it on which one? The boy. No, not old enough. Mrs. McGonagall. The thought makes me shudder. Not Mrs. Woodknocker or the girl. There's only one choice. Unfortunately, Mr. Woodknocker. He is intelligent. Once the crystal is planted, we'll sedate him. And then, at 11 o'clock, my monster will have a new brain! Oh, the thrill of it all! Igor, see who's at the door. Whoever it is, get rid of them. Then keep an eye on our guests. We must not lose any of them. I must recheck the instruments.
Yes, master. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Get rid of him, he says. I should have made him get this first. Fetch and carry, fetch and carry, fetch and carry. One day, I will get my revenge. When someone wants me to get something, I won't get it. Better still, if I could get my brain transferred into the body of a monster, I'd be the most powerful man alive. With my wonderful brain in the monster's wonderful body. Then, yes, when Dr. Frankenstein gives me that crystal, I'll just keep it for myself. Then I will be the master around here.
Hello, Mr.
Ah,
What are you doing?
Fetch and carry.
That looks like a mummy case. Who does it belong to?
I guessed.
Can we see what's inside?
No! Don't touch it! I'm getting into trouble. And I don't need any more trouble. I have to get the door. Don't touch the box. Don't touch the box. Don't touch the box.
Darn, nothing but a little dirt. Oh well, this place has possibilities. Now, if I were a secret passenger, where would I hide? Nope, not there. Nope. Nope. Aha, the fireplace! There's always something in the fireplace. Not there. There you are, you little devil.
But I must see the doctor. It's very important. A matter of life and death.
The doctor is working on a new experiment. He must not be disturbed.
Well, he must be. Stir. I only have one night left. Tomorrow is the full moon.
A full moon?
Yes, full moon.
You mean the full moon?
That's what I said. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'm Sir Lawrence Talbot III. So, you've heard of me.
Yes, but never did I think we would meet.
I'm not a bad one. I have thoughts, feelings, wants, desires. But when the full moon rises above the mountains, I turn into a hairy beast with jagged teeth that thirst for blood. Now go get the doctor.
The full moon. Full moon. Don't touch the box!
Excuse me, Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were...
That's quite all right, miss.
I'm Miriam Woodknocker. Are you a guest here too?
Why, yes, I suppose I am. The name's Talbot.
Well, I hate to sound forward, but do you by any chance play tennis?
Tennis?
Yes. I was going to ask Mr. Frankenmeyer where the tennis courts are, and if you play, we can play doubles with my father and brother. They are quite good, though. They won the doubles trophy at the country club last summer. Father plays terrible golf, and since he paid all that money to be in the club, well, tennis seemed like the only alternative. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to dominate the conversation. I just get so tired of talking to no one but my family all day.
That's quite all right. Your conversation's delightful, really.
Thank you. I'm afraid it's true, though. I haven't had anyone to talk to since this trip began. I don't speak French or German.
Well, I speak English like a native. I've lived in England for many years.
Oh, I love England. It's history and all. I'd love to go to London someday. We didn't go there this time because Father was there and played with Mother just shortly after they were married.
Oh, your father's an actor.
Yes, he's a comedian. You know, at home he's quite ordinary, not too much different from most fathers. It's when he's in public that he turns into the most outrageous characters around Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Do you know what I mean?
Quite well, actually. When will this torment end?
You all right, Mr. Talbot? It's only a storm.
Yes. It's only a storm.
Well, anyways, my mother was a dancer in my father's company. He made her retire, and I think she resented it a little bit. In fact, I'm pretty sure she still does. Father's suffering from terrible nerve and insomnia. His doctor suggested a cruise, but you know, I don't think it's helped much because he gets seasick at the mention of the ship. And the ship we were on sat so high in the water that it rocked from side to side while standing still at the dock.
That's very amusing.
Father didn't think so.
You know, I haven't laughed in years until this very moment.
Mr. Talbot, I believe.
Yes, and you are...
Mr. Frankenmeyer.
Mr. Frankenmeyer. Oh, I see. Well, I must speak with you, Mr. Frankenmeyer.
Oh, well, don't let me disturb you. I hope to see you again, Mr. Talbot. You're so interesting to talk to. Oh, and Mr. Frankenmeyer, where are your tennis courts?
Tennis courts. Ah, yes. Well, I will have Igor string up some netting tomorrow morning in the garden.
Thank you. I'll see you later, Mr. Talbot.
Larry. Please call me Larry. And I would love to see you again as well. You help me forget my troubles.
But where am I going to get a net?
I don't know. You could use her stockings.
But
Now see what you can find. Don't argue. Just do it. First, get something for the one. For Melvin.
Melvin?
You know. Melvin.
Oh, you mean Melvin.
Still playing with monsters, Dr. Frankenstein?
Don't call me doctor, and it's none of your business what I'm doing. What do you want?
I'll take a drink first.
Igor, a drink for Mr. Talbot. I'll have one too. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Now, what do you want?
Well, you obviously know who I am. Tomorrow is the full moon.
The full moon?
Yes! Full moon. I can't go through another full moon like the last one. You do not know what it is like to live month after month, year after year, knowing that when the moon changes, no matter where you are or what you are doing, you change too. Your body is racked with agony. You're hunted like a wild beast. Doctor, you must help me. That girl, I don't dare think of liking her, or even being friendly with her, or anyone else for that matter, for fear that I may see the mark of my next victim in their hand. Can't go on like this. You must cure me.
That's impossible. It would take months, perhaps years of experimentation before...
Then kill me, Dr. Frankenstein. You do the same for a mad dog.
Calm down. Calm down. Perhaps there is a way. It would take time and possibly trial and error, but there are possibilities. I will strike a bargain with you. If you will help me tonight with my experiment, I will help you.
Yes. Anything. Anything to be free from the curse.
Once you begin, there is no turning back. Agreed?
Agreed.
Good. Then let us drink to our... to success.
To freedom.
To Melvin.
Now, listen very carefully. This is the formite crystal. It is very rare. It is the key to your future happiness, but you must make no mistakes.
Don't worry, Dr. Frankenstein, I won't. What would you want me to do?
I was going to give the crystal to Igor, but a man who is desperate will make sure nothing goes wrong. The crystal focuses the rays of my brain transfer machine. Your what? We haven't time for details. The crystal must be planted on the body of Mr. Woodknocker.
Woodknocker? Isn't that...
Yes, the girl's father. He's a little strange. All right, he's a lot strange. But he is intelligent. If my experiment works, I can retrain him the way I want. The energy from the machine is focused through the crystal. The brain is changed into 1 billion particles and transferred through space. It takes several hours to build up the energy necessary to make the transfer. Once the machinery is started, it is very dangerous until the energy is released. It will be ready at 11 o'clock. You must have the crystal planted on the body of Mr. Woodknocker before then. If you are still in possession of the crystal at 11 o'clock, your body will be in the monster, his body will be in you. You have 1 hour. Don't fail.
I won't. But to steal a living man's brain, I don't... I feel strange. No. The full moon isn't until tomorrow.
Talbot! Talbot! The sedative, Igor, you idiot! Did you come? Mr. Woodknocker.
It's good to see you again, but I have no one to blame but myself.
Doctor.
Doctor? I am a doctor. Where is the horse? Oh. I have terrible news. You are going to die. Well, you probably want a second opinion. So, you also have big teeth.
Mr. Woodknocker, it's Talbot. He's faint.
Don't tell me! I make the diagnosis myself! Look at this! A child at 5 could make this diagnosis! Go find me a child at 5. Well, I can do nothing for this man. Obviously, he has painted. What he needs is a long ocean voyage. In the meantime, I shall be out in the garden. If he should recover, don't blame me.
Mr. Woodknocker, it may start raining. You'll get wet in the garden. Getting wet is not good for your brain or your health.
So I get a little wet. And if the sun goes out, I get a sunstroke. I have an incurable case of insomnia, where I lie awake all night long just trying to sink a fish to fall asleep. I used to worry, but this did not help. So now I think of other things. Like, for instance, knock knock.
Who's there?
Old lady.
Old lady.
I didn't know you could yodel! Oh, sometimes I just kill myself. That man is crazy. Perhaps I have made a mistake.
What am I going to do with Talbot? I can't leave him here. That's it. Put him in the mummy case until I can have Igor remove him to the dungeon.
Mr. Talbot? Mr. Talbot? Oh, first man I meet on this trip and I don't even get to talk to him. I suppose I will see him in the morning. Maybe we'll skip tennis, go for a walk in the woods, sit under the trees and talk.
Oh, Marion, have you seen your father?
No, I haven't.
He's out wandering around again. He says it's insomnia, but I think it's just another way to keep me awake all night. Oh, I hope he's not out bothering the other hotel guests or personnel. You know, it is one thing to act crazy and make people laugh when you're on stage, but to continue on with those antics off stage is just too much. Your father's been embarrassing me since the day we were married, not to mention complete strangers. Come to think of it, have you seen any of the other guests?
There's one man I've seen.
Oh?
A young man. There was something very fetching about him.
When did you meet him?
Well, just when I was asking Mr. Frankenmeyer where the tennis courts were.
Did you happen to ask Mr. Frankenmeyer where the bathrooms are? All I have is a bowl and a pitcher of water in my room.
Oh, no.
Well, there aren't any upstairs, so I'm going to look around down here. You better not stay up much longer. It's starting to get dark. There aren't any lights in the hallways upstairs. I tell you, the accommodations in these European hotels are terrible.
Mother, before you leave, may I ask you a question?
Of course, darling. About what?
Well, did you love Father when you married him?
Of course I did. Very much. I still do. You think I don't?
No. I know you do. I just wonder sometimes the way you're always scolding him and he's always aggravating you, trying to get you to argue with him.
Oh, dear. I suppose we've been doing it so long we don't even realize what we're doing anymore.
Yeah.
Your father has given me some wonderful years. Did you know I was going with his brother when we met?
Oh.
I was in his vaudeville act as a dancer. Oh, his brother never forgave me for marrying Julius.
Well, was it love at first sight? I mean, could such a thing like that really ever happen?
Well, it was a whirlwind romance. Oh, dear. I suppose a girl can meet a boy for the first time and know he's Mr. Right. Just make sure you know more about your Mr. Right than I knew about your father. There'd be a lot less shock and surprises that way.
Mother, could you do me a favor, though, and try to overlook just a little of what Father does? He may not try so hard to upset you.
Well, it's not easy to change overnight. Don't think about it awful hard. You better get upstairs, darling. It's starting to get chilly.
Oh, I won't be down for too much longer. I know it will make it perfect. We'll have a walk in the morning, have dinner together tomorrow night, and then we'll go dancing on the terrace in the moonlight.
Carrie, freaking Carrie, we were potting in this box to that box.
Hello, Mr. Igor. Have you seen Mr. Talbot?
No!
Well, if you see him, tell him that Miss Woodknocker is looking forward to playing tennis in the morning.
We never have any fun. Nobody ever asked me to play tennis. But I will have a lot of fun making life miserable for other people once my brain is in the body of the monster. Yeah. Now, to find that crystal.
Countess, you have no idea with what felicitation I encounter another insomniac, wandering about the darkened halls and porticos at night, seeking relief for the peace that only comes when it's time to awaken.
Oh, darling, I know just how you feel. As soon as the sun goes down, my eyes, they are wide open.
I love the way you call me darling. Darling. Darling.
Darling.
Yes.
Oh, my trunk has arrived.
Why, I once knew an elephant that had a trunk like that. It wasn't big enough, so he sold it for $40. In fact, that's the trunk.
Isn't it beautiful, darling?
I got it in Egypt.
Oh, Egypt you too, eh? Why, she reminds me of a girl I used to know. She was spare, fat, and 40, and her bank account wasn't too shabby either. In fact, this whole thing reminds me of the Prince of Wales. Not the current Prince of Wales, of course, the old one. And when I say Wales, I mean whales. I know a whale when I see one.
Oh, darling, you are so full of whimsy.
Oh, you can see that from there, can you? I usually only get this way when I eat radishes.
Would you like a drink?
Never touch this stuff.
Ooh, I have a terrible craving for a Bloody Mary.
Pop, I'm looking everywhere for you.
Well, go check upstairs. If I'm not there, I'll be out in the garden under a cabbage leaf.
Mom, this is serious. There's a man in that mummy case, and Mr. Frankenstein is really Dr. Frankenstein. He's going to see your brain using a machine that takes a crystal.
That's ridiculous. Why would he steal my brain when he can have it for $32.50, including tax? Let me smell your breath, young man. Oh, I told you to lay off the lemonade.
But it's true, Pop. Just look in the mummy case.
Very well, my good man. Let's try that again. You didn't tell me it was a music box. Does it play anything else? How about Home, Home on the Range?
What's the matter?
A bat! A huge bat flew into my room!
Oh, I thought it was Mother.
It might have been. Have you ever seen your mother without her makeup on?
Well, where is Mother?
Last time I saw her, she was arguing with a recently slammed door.
Well, last time I saw her, she just went looking for the bathroom.
Oh, where did she go?
Just down the hall there.
Oh, these halls can be dangerous if you don't know where you're going. I will call Igor to look for her.
Well, I'm not budging from this spot!
What are you doing back there?
I was setting a trap for mice.
I'm not a sure you were waiting to jump out at me. Don't you tell me you weren't.
Quickly, Igor, we must find Mrs. Woodknocker before...
Now that was rude. What was that?
Mice. Mice.
Oh, that figures. Ruth can't stand mice.
Father.
Quickly, Igor. You must not follow. Please, wait here. It is dangerous in the dark.
This is the worst thing you've ever done to us. I'm coming, Mrs. Woodknocker. Maybe I'll just wait right here.
Oh, we got to do something. He's still in the mummy case.
Who's in the mummy case?
Why, the Wolfman, of course. I'd open it myself, but I don't have any wolf bait. Gin. Mrs. McGonagall, why don't you open the mummy case?
I don't think there's something in there. I don't want to see it. I just... Oh!
Mrs. McGonagall.
Gin.
Gracious, good evening.
Lord. So, my intuition was correct.
My darling, you know I cannot live without you. I have to come.
A pretty story, but I don't believe it.
We will discuss this later. But first, you must introduce me, my dear.
If you insist. This is Mr. Woodknocker, and his son and his daughter.
And these
This must be Mrs. Woodknocker.
Not in your wildest nightmare.
This is my husband, the Count.
Oh, the Count of Monte Cristo, I presume.
I know. I am Count Alucard of Transylvania. My castle is in the Carpathian Mountains near the Borno Pass.
Never heard of it.
I am sorry.
I'm not. Have you ever heard of Cucamonga?
It's him! I didn't know those beady eyes anywhere!
Allow me to introduce myself to this beach of loveliness.
Those beady eyes are blind as a bat.
I am Count Alucard of Transylvania, to remind me of the beautiful women of my country.
How do you do? I'm sorry, for a moment there I thought you were a bat. Oh, that's ridiculous.
She fainted.
That seems to be contagious around here.
Henry, darling. Look who has just arrived.
Why, Henry, this dog look pleased to see me. After all, you should have never ever my darling Nico Natashi. I am not Corvée.
Julius? Oh, Julius! Oh, darling, it was huge!
Well, dear, if you hold me any tighter, I'll be behind you.
It came out of the darkness. It was growling and shuffling, and its eyes were flaming. And it had its arms outstretched, like this.
That was just Mrs. McGonagall sleepwalking again.
No, Mr. Woodknocker, I've been here all the time.
Junior, Miriam, help your mother up to her room.
But Pa,
We'll talk about your man in the box later.
Man in the box?
He knows, Pa.
Where's the crystal? I could not find it.
It's me on the ox bay. We'll talk later. Mrs. McGonagall, why don't you hop along too? Now then, Mr. Frankly, I don't care. What's going on here?
Nothing at all.
Do I look like an idiot to you? Come in. I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm no dummy. You advertise this place as a quiet, restful retreat, and everyone is going around screaming all the time. I am not a well man. I have insomnia. I take pills. I take red pills. I take blue pills. I take pills to remind me to take pills. And then there are the horse pills. That reminds me. Here, take this.
You can't mean you take this.
I know, that's my golf ball. I wonder what I hit off the tee this morning. Anyway, remember, I have insomnia, and I must have quiet. And don't you forget it! Quiet!
Why does this always happen to me?
Henry, is that man a lunatic or one of your new creations?
That man is an American. Igor, get me a drink.
No! I've heard of these Americans. Perhaps these shall go to America one day. A fresh new country. Fresh faces. New blood.
And beautiful women.
Oh my God, I'm jealous, Natasha.
Jealous? Jealous of what? A silly woman who screams at bats?
My darling, you know I love only you. You are the moon of my night. Without you, I am but a hollow shell, doomed to fly the nights. A love-born's monster.
Monster! I completely forgot about the monster! Quickly, find the shambles! We must find him! My friends, it is almost 11 o'clock. You must help me find him. fly over the countryside and try to find him. Igor and I will search the village and the brewery.
I will check the brewery.
My darling, watch out for that tree on your left. Crazy women flyers.
All I wanted was a brain.
Now, for those of you who are a little too overstimulated by that tall green monster, we got some rooms over there. Ladies first and gentlemen second. And in those rooms, we have a bowl and a pitcher of water. Don't drink out of those bowls. You want something to drink? We got nice fizzy drinks over there. But you cannot go that way. You have to go through there, walk around, and come out there. Or you might be locked in the dungeon. Now you gotta be back in 10 minutes, or we just might have to start without you. In the meantime, I gotta go find that Melvin! Don't touch the box!
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.